good people. Welcome to Melanated Vibrations, a new show that celebrates the diversity and richness of Black culture. Join us as we delve into our individual mental health and overall mental health of our community. From the latest trends to the timeless coping mechanisms, we'll showcase the best of what it means to be mentally healthy. So sit back, relax, and get ready to feel the vibrations of Black excellence. Let's get started. Welcome to Melanated Vibrations, where we explore topics related to mental health and well-being. Our discussions may delve into sensitive subjects that could be triggering for certain members of our audience. It's important to note that while I am a clinician, I am not acting as your personal clinician through this podcast. If you find any content uncomfortable or distressing, we encourage you to prioritize your mental health. Reach out to a licensed clinician who can provide you with personalized support tailored to your specific needs, and your well-being is of utmost importance. Additionally, if you are in immediate distress or need urgent assistance, please contact your local emergency services. For free and confidential support available nationwide, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. Trained professionals are available 24/7 to provide assistance and connect you with resources in your community. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, and there are caring individuals ready to support you on your journey to mental wellness. Thank you for being part of our community, and take care of yourself.
Hey guys, happy Monday! Welcome to Melanated Vibrations. It's your girl Dom. All right, y'all see the red in the back, so you know I had to go with the theme. Congratulations to Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not a fan of either one of the teams that played in the Super Bowl last night, but congratulations are still in order. Nonetheless, all my Chief fans out there, you guys did your big one again for the second year in a row. But congratulations! Congratulations! So, welcome to Melanated Vibrations. Thank you for joining. I hope everyone had a great day. Apparently, we're supposed to be getting snow tomorrow. Snow mixed with rain. I hope you guys are prepared. You got your salt. And you got some snacks in the house just in case it gets bad. At this point, I'm not putting anything past Mother Nature, because what I know for sure is that this was definitely the year that we got the snow that we have not gotten for a really, really, really long time. So there's that. If you just joined the stream, please make sure you share the stream. Make sure you tag your folks in, tag everybody in. You're going to go on YouTube and you're going to subscribe to the Big Exclusive Network. But listen, it don't just stop there with the subscription. You're gonna have to go on and click the join button, because we are moving to YouTube. Yes, we are monetized, and so you want to make sure that you have your memberships. $5 a month subscription, but it will allow you to have all the exclusive content. There is so much exclusive content that is coming to the BEN, and you don't want to miss it. So get that membership, okay? Don't just hear about it on a replay. Don't be asking around. Ain't gonna be no screenshots floating around, no pre-recorded. Nah, you have to be there to understand what is going to happen. So if you are on YouTube, if you're not on YouTube, create an account. It's not that bad, right? You want to make sure that you hit the join button so that you can become a member of the BEN, so that you can get all of our exclusive content. If you are following us on Facebook, because why wouldn't you be, right? If you're following us on Facebook, make sure you tag your folks into this post. Make sure you follow the page. Make sure that you are on all of the notifications for anything that we are dropping. Let's give a quick rundown of all of the amazing shows that we have on this network before we get started, because it's Black History Month, so y'all know how I'm carrying it. So I got to give a shout out to all of the Black shows on this network. So Monday nights you have your girl Dom, Melanated Vibrations, with my Sister Dusty Adairess, who is on a sabbatical, currently getting her master's program, and we hope that she will be joining us back soon, each and every Monday at 7 p.m., where we talk mental health, wellness, all things Black and brown. Then on Tuesday, because I ain't want y'all to go nowhere, Tuesday, you're going to hop on over to the Big Exclusive podcast with Big Exclusive, Angry OG, and Top Flight, and any special guests that they may have, which they do not need. Because the way they hold that show down, baby, it is a good time. They're going to talk real issues. We're going to laugh. We're going to joke. If you take it serious, shame on you. Then we're going to skip on over, okay, to Thursday night with my brother, the Ant Money Experience, baby. If it bleeds, it leads, okay? And y'all know when he put that bandana on, okay? So each and every Thursday at 7 p.m., when he put that bandana on and he poured that wine, he choosing violence. Now, like I said, you want to make sure you go on YouTube, okay? If you already on YouTube, hit the join button, because my girl, my friend, RL Presidente, got a show dropping in March. Sex Parent with Tiffany Ann. Do you understand how excited I am? I just feel like this show is going to be so exclusive. It's going to be so sexy. And there are going to be things on this show that will be talked about, okay, that you guys are not going to be able to find on Facebook or regular page. So that's why I'll be telling you, get your membership so you can get all of this content, all of the knowledge that Tiff is going to bring to the show. I'm super excited. They've been trying to get her to do a show for God knows how long, and she is finally ready. So make sure y'all run it up when she drops. Also happening in March, because I ain't want y'all to think I forgot. Y'all ain't get y'all tickets yet, and I don't like that for you, okay? March 9th, I am hosting, okay, an event. I am hosting a chat and chew, okay, for Melanated Vibrations to celebrate the 1-year anniversary, okay? The 1-year anniversary of Melanated Vibrations. We are going to have a chat and chew. It is going to be a live show. It is going to be a panel style with 2 of my colleagues who are also in the mental health field, okay? So it's going to be 3 of us. We're going to do Q&A. It's going to be a live show, okay? We got my girl Melissa, we got my girl Dana, and we got myself. We are all master level clinicians, okay? That is my beautiful Melissa. Okay, that's my girl, and that is my beautiful Dana. All right, and so we are coming to you guys March 9th. General admission tickets are $30. Comes with a complimentary glass of champagne. VIP tickets are $50. Listen, you guys have spent $50 10 times over. And I know some of y'all ran out, okay, and got them Usher tickets. And I know how much they cost because I was on the website. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. I was on the website and I know how much them tickets cost. I did the thing for 3 different cities. Okay. So if y'all can go see Usher, y'all can come and see your girl Dom. Get your VIP tickets. It's $50. You get a complimentary glass of champagne. Hey, auntie. You get a complimentary glass of wine and you get catered foods. Okay. By a very well-known chef. He used to be the head chef at Ocean Prime. He is one of my very, 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 very close friends. Hey, Big Exclusive. Thank you. Happy Monday. Very, 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 his food is top tier. I've been using him for the last 5 years. And when I tell you this brother can cook, he can throw down, you don't want to miss it. And it comes with a Melanated Vibration swag bag. So make sure, okay? Y'all get paid, y'all get the taxes, whatever. I don't care how y'all get it. Just get it. Go on and make sure that y'all going to get your VIP tickets, okay? While there is still time to go and get your tickets. Hey, Tay Boogie, okay? Make sure y'all get your tickets. Thank you, Tiff. Always appreciate you. Hey, Ro, thank you, okay? So make sure y'all go and get y'all tickets. Y'all don't want to miss out. Once the VIP tickets are gone, they are gone. Hey, Hannibal, there is no more VIP tickets, and tickets will not be sold at the door, okay? So make sure y'all go get y'all tickets. If you want to know how you can get them, you can hit up Tiffany Ann, our El Presidente. You can hit up Big Exclusive, okay? Or you can hit myself up on Melanated_Vibrations on IG. Or you guys can find me on Facebook. Duh. And we will tell you how you guys can purchase your tickets. So, without further ado, let's set some intentions. So, I am bringing into this space happiness. I am bringing into this space happiness. I'm learning a lot of valuable lessons over these last few days. And I realize, as I always tell other people, but I have to make sure I apply it to myself, control what you can control, and what you cannot, you don't. So if you believe in a higher power, or you're spiritual or religious, whatever it is you believe in, or the lack thereof, listen, that's between you and your final destination. Don't got nothing to do with me. But I've learned that I can control what I can control, and what I cannot control, I give it to God and allow him to do the rest. So I am bringing into this space happiness, because I would like to look like this when I am in my 60s. Okay, I want to drink my water and my tequila with my wine. We're not gonna talk about it. And I want to mind my business, and that's what I want us to do. Okay, drink your water, mind your business. Tequila, vodka, bourbon, whiskey, scotch, whatever you get into. Okay, and let's learn to mind our business. So that is what not too much, big exclusive, not too much. Okay, that is what I am bringing into this space. Drop in the comments what you guys are bringing into this space, what your intentions are. How was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? If you got your tickets, let me know. If you didn't get your tickets, what are you waiting for? Okay, so I want to do positive affirmations, but I want to do something a little different. So I'm going to show you guys a video of the top 10 best affirmations. I want you guys to make sure that you are listening, that you are present, and that you repeat these to yourselves every single day.
I am worthy. I am enough. I am capable. I am strong. I deserve happiness. I am loved. I trust the journey of my life. I choose to be happy. I am in control of my thoughts and emotions. I am grateful for all that I have.
Those are 10 of the best affirmations that you all should repeat to yourself. My favorite one is the one that says you are in control of your emotions and your actions. Yeah, something. Ain't he bringing dust? Yes, big exclusive. I love that. Honestly, we got to learn to be honest with ourselves. So, of course, again, it's Black History. I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't mention something about Black History, but the show is called Melanated Vibrations, so y'all already know how I'm carrying it. So let's do a Black History fact that I'm sure a lot of you guys know, but if you're listening, you've never heard of this, or even how Black History got started, here's a little known or maybe unknown fact about Black History. So Dr. Carter G. Woodson. Yes, yeah, that name sounds familiar to you guys, right? Dr. Carter G. Woodson is known as the father of Black history. He started the first Negro History Week in 1926 to ensure students would learn Black history. It grew into Black History Month starting in 1976. It took them 50 years. 50, right? Let that settle in your spirit. Let that sizzle in your spirit. It took them 50 years for us to get Black History Month. We had Negro History Week in 1926, and we did not get fully recognized or having Black History Month, hey, Deandra, until 1976. 50 years for us to get 1 month out of the year, the shortest month. So that is why I implore all my Black and brown people out there that no, Black history does not just stop at 1 month. We are to be celebrated all 365, 66 on a leap year. But if we don't celebrate any other time, we don't celebrate ourselves, our achievements, our inventions, if we don't celebrate the growth that we have made and the strides that we have made as Black people, even though we have so much more we need to do, so much further we need to go, at least take the time to acknowledge Black History Month. I actually just ordered a book for my son. It came from Amazon. It talks about 100 inventions made by African Americans. I'm super excited about going through the first one this evening once I'm done the podcast with my son, because I think it is important that we teach our children about our history so that they can continue on to the future. So that is my Black History facts. All right, so today we're going to do something a little light. I know I did trauma last week. I know that was kind of heavy for a lot of people. So this week we're going to keep it real light. This week, we are going to talk about the 8 dimensions of wellness. So we always talk mental health. We always talk about mental disorders, and we always talk things like depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia, things like that. But let's talk about wellness. What is wellness, and what are the 8 dimensions of it? So wellness comprises of 8 mutually codependent dimensions. So they all kind of build on each other. We learned that word, codependent, right? Yes, I love that, Tay Boogie. So let's get into it. The first one is emotional. Second one is physical. The third one is occupational, social, spiritual, intellectual, environmental, and financial wellness. Those are the 8 dimensions of wellness. If any one of these dimensions is neglected over time, it will adversely affect one's health, well-being, and quality of life. A well-rounded balance of these wellness dimensions provide a holistic harmony to one's personal well-being. Just like a balanced diet, right? Sometimes we have to cut back on certain things and eat other things so that we can improve our health. Wellness works the exact same way. We have to have balance, right? Balance, we have to eat healthy, right? We have to engage our mind, body, and soul, and we have to pour and nurture our spirit. So this multi-dimensional wellness approach focuses on emphasizing the importance of positivity and internal motivation for promoting healthy habits to improve one's quality of life. Because we all want to live to be 99 and a half, okay? And we don't want to have to worry or stress about anything. So let's get into the first one, emotional wellness. What is emotional wellness? What does that look like? So emotional wellness is one of the 8 dimensions that contributes to the overall health and wellness. Emotional wellness encompasses the knowledge and skill to identify personal feelings and the ability to handle those emotions. That is emotional wellness. When you are able to identify your personal feelings and then have the ability to handle those emotions in a healthy way. That is emotional wellness. Now, sometimes life happens. Sometimes there are stressors. Sometimes we have to be flexible. Sometimes we have to adapt. So if you have good emotional wellness, then those things should be kind of easy for you. So how do you adapt? How do you adjust? Are you flexible? Do you get stressed out? Do you get overwhelmed? Do you get anxious when you are not balanced with your emotional wellness? So again, emotional wellness helps you to identify your personal feelings and the ability to handle those said emotions. Now, physical wellness. What is physical wellness? Physical wellness is one of the 8 dimensions that contribute to overall health and wellness, just like emotional wellness, right? But this dimension encompasses an area of health that relates to the physical aspects of the body, including nutrition, exercising, weight management, tobacco use, diseases, disease prevention, and more. The resources listed basically give you an opportunity to design to optimize your physical wellness status. So drinking water, right? Making sure we're taking in the right amounts of water, right? Not smoking. Speaking to myself, I do not smoke cigarettes, but I smoke hookah. So it's basically like doing the same thing. Making sure we're exercising, getting that blood flowing, okay? Getting our hearts where it needs to be. I don't know about y'all, but we got these steps at my job that I walk every single day. And by the time I get to the second flight, by the time I'm done the first flight, I'll be tired. Okay, I just be out of breath. I know. I need to get in the gym. I need to walk. So what I would suggest, if the gym is just not for you, because sometimes the gym can be very overwhelming. It's a bunch of people in there. They all buffed up. They gym rats. Don't nobody got time for that, okay? Don't nobody got time for that. You don't need to work out anymore. You need to get out the rest of our way. But taking a walk. I remember during the pandemic when I really needed to get out the house, but I felt like I really needed to exercise or at least get the heart flowing because, during the pandemic, we're in a house, we're eating, there's snacks, there's nowhere to go, you can't go anywhere, you begin to pick up weight. So what I started to do was I started to take my son to the park every day. I would take him to Malcolm X Park and I would have my workout gear on. He would go play and I would basically work out and exercise and stretch in the park. And then on the days that I didn't feel like going to the park, I would take a couple laps around the block just so that I could get my heart pumping. So you always want to make sure that whatever it is that you are doing to exercise or whatever that may be, that you are getting up and that you are getting busy. Exercise can be a lot for a lot of people. You know what you physically are able to do. So don't push yourself, okay? Do what you can and then build on it. That is how you help your physical wellness. Changing your diet. Not intaking so many sodas, juices, and I gotta talk to myself again. I'm not just talking to y'all. I've lately been on this kick of like drinking a lot of Pepsis. I don't know where it came from, but for some reason I've been craving Pepsis a lot. And if you are a Pepsi drinker, you know that Pepsi has a lot of sugar in it. Changing some of the stuff that we eat, even if you're incorporating more salads. I'm not telling anybody to go vegetarian or pescatarian. I did it for a few months and I will honestly say that the weight started to drop off in my like midsection area. Taking your vitamins, right? During the pandemic, everybody was rushing out to go get paper towels and toilet papers and bleach and orange juice, and everybody skipped past the vitamin aisle. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you're pouring back into yourself the things that you are getting rid of. There is so many viruses, bacteria, sicknesses outside of COVID that are floating around right now. So make sure that you are building your immune system up. The third one is occupational wellness. Yeah, go ahead and think about it. That job that's getting on your nerves, they stressing you out. You be ready to quit every other day. Your resume's on Indeed. Thank you, Tay Boogie. I haven't felt this way in years. I cut a lot of I don't like this. Absolutely. And that will happen, Hannibal, right? You start cutting people out, you start praying about it, God starts removing people from your life. You will be surprised how much of a load you feel just lifted off of you when you begin to surround yourself with the right people. So, occupational wellness. Occupational wellness encompasses all aspects of well-being pertaining to personal satisfaction in your job or career. Are you satisfied in your job and career? One thing I can honestly say is one thing I respect about this younger generation. What are they called? The generational X, Z. I can't keep up with it. I'm a millennium. That's all I got. The Gen Z, right? One thing I will say I respect about them is that they're not going to stay nowhere they're not happy, right? They are not our grandparents. They're not our parents where they work a job for years and years and years and years and years, and they've been unhappy the entire time, but they are told to stay there because, they got to retire from there and they need the 401k. They want to be able to get Social Security and all of those things. I can honestly say that is the one thing that I truly do respect about this upcoming generation, is because if they're not happy, the first red flag or toxic thing to them, they are leaving. And I'm not telling y'all to be out here job hopping. But what I am saying is that surround yourself at a place that makes you happy, where you actually want to go to every day. Is it going to be stressful? Are you going to have stressful things at work? Absolutely. That's with any facet in life, right? There's going to be times where you're going to feel overwhelmed or you're going to feel stressed. How you manage that, though, right? When we talk about emotional wellness, how you manage that, how you identify what your personal feelings are, and then how you handle those emotions, right? So you see how they're all intertwined. Occupational wellness is that you are getting that you are personally satisfied with your job and career. So you want to make sure that with occupational wellness, you are somewhere that you actually want to be. Nobody wants to go to a job that they absolutely hate. One thing I can say is that I left my one job of 10 years. I worked for the Philadelphia Housing Authority, and I'm gonna be honest, I would never go back. It was emotionally draining, it was physically draining, it was even mentally draining at times. A lot of psychological stuff just kind of got to the place where it was like, you know what? Physically, I'm here, but mentally, I've checked out. And I would mentally, literally, like when I would park my car before I went into that building, I was like, I'm just here because every Friday I get paid. Like it got to that point. And then that is how I knew that it was time for me to leave. And I can honestly say the job that I have now, I absolutely love it. I've been here for a year now. I feel supported by my supervisor. I love my team. Be somewhere that makes you happy, because if you are not, and you are always stressed and anxious and overwhelmed and depressed. I remember I had a job, I was depressed. Like I would cry every morning as I was getting ready to go to that job. Like it just was a horrible, horrible, horrible place. And so you want to make sure that occupationally you are somewhere where you are happy, because if you're not and you're stressed and you're overwhelmed or you're burned out from that job, then it begins to affect all the other areas of your life and all the other areas of wellness. So that is occupational wellness. Then you have social well-being. So social wellness or social well-being encompasses all aspects of well-being as well, pertaining to social connections, relationships, and personal expressions, right? And so your social well-being can have, if you have a good social well-being, can have a positive impact on your overall health and well-being. It can also have an overall impact on your spiritual well-being, right? So think social. Hannibal put up a comment about cutting people off and, not having to deal with the BS, right? So he's bringing happiness, right? He hasn't felt that in years. Social well-being. It is okay to cut ties with people. We talked a little bit about this a couple weeks ago when we were talking about, or last week when we were talking about forgiveness. And I couldn't think of the phrase that I wanted to say, and then it came to me after the show. Forgiveness does not mean redemption, okay? Just because you forgive someone, you no longer want to be their friend, you no longer want to associate yourself with that person, does not mean that it calls for redemption. Just because you forgave that person does not mean you now need to redeem that relationship, that interpersonal relationship. Social well-being is literally about your interpersonal relationships and how healthy those interpersonal relationships are. We all know that if we are not having good interpersonal relationships with our spouse, our partner, our family, our kids, our employers, our coworkers, the impact that it has on us. If it's your coworker or your boss, you don't want to go work. You don't even want to be bothered. You don't even want to be there. Don't nobody say nothing to me. I don't have to cuss nobody out, right? That's how we lead. If it is a family member, who wants to be around somebody that they're uncomfortable with? Right. Right. And that's another thing, right? Wearing a mask. I would say don't do it. I think that I would be honest. Don't do it. I'm not saying go to work and cuss your boss out. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, let's go back to the emotional wellness. Emotional wellness is being able to identify your emotions, triggers, whatever you want to call them, right? Being able to identify them and then knowing how to handle those emotions. So if you're in a social setting, or you have a friend or somebody that did something to you and you just can't forgive it, you can't move past it, think about how much weight and burden you're walking around holding on to. Because again, that person probably don't even realize they did that thing to you. So now if you haven't forgiven that person, you're still mad about it, and every time you think about it, you frown your face, you create wrinkle lines. That's how you look old quickly. I'm just trying to tell y'all, that's what I was told. If every time you hold on to anything, thank you, Tay Boogie. If you hold on to anything that no longer serves you, it is like carrying around dead weight. I don't know about y'all. If you ever been around a dead body, you ever tried to pick one up? You can't, right? Imagine your body, right? Say whatever amount of pounds you are, times 2. That is what it's like carrying around that hurt and that pain that someone did. So what do? It is okay to pray about those type of things. It's okay to cut people off. It's okay to tell somebody like, this is just not working for me. It is okay to say no. No is a complete sentence. So when you think about social well-being, you want to make sure that you have good, healthy interpersonal relationships. You want people that are going to pour into you, people that are going to encourage you, people that's not going to give you backhanded compliments like, I see you on your little podcast. I see you work your little house. Okay, that's cute. All right, I see you got your little car or whatever. You got that with your tax money. Like, you don't want people that are going to give you backhanded compliments. Those are not people that are interested in pouring into or making your social well-being a positive experience. So again, it trigger you, Big Exclusive, because it triggers the hell out of me. Okay, I hate when people say that. Little, don't put little in front of anything that I'm doing, baby. Okay, don't do that now. Don't do that. I don't like that. Don't put little in front of anything that I am doing. And so when it comes to social well-being, you want to make sure you are surrounding yourself with people that are going to pour positivity into you. You also want to make sure, and this is I ain't gonna go into details because this is something that happened at work and I don't know if they watch it, but you want to make sure that you have people around you that are going to hold you accountable, that are going to hold you to the fire. When you are wrong, you are wrong. If you need to apologize, then apologize. Those are the people that you want around you. Those are the people that help you with positive social well-being. They are not yes people. They're not people that's just going to go along with whatever you say. When you are wrong, you're wrong. They will stand there with you. They will allow you to take your accountability, and then you all can move past it. So that is how you increase positive social well-being, is based on your social connections, your relationships, and your personal expressions. How do you express yourself when you're around others? You want to be around people that are okay with you, not people that are, oh, that's weird. Like, I would never do that. Like, that's low vibration. I didn't ask you. I don't really care what you think. Like, it is what it is, right? There is somebody out there for all of us. There is a group of friends that'll be like, that's not weird. Oh my God, you do that too. Those are the type of people that you want to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with. Not the people that's going to little you to death and that are not going to validate your feelings when you feel a type of way, but also the people that are going to hold you accountable and hold you to the fire when you do something wrong. And the people that allow you to do the same. Because when friends care about each other, accountability works both ways. You should be able to hold them accountable and they don't get offended. And then they should be able to hold you accountable and you don't get offended. Sometimes we do stuff, we have a one-track mind, or we don't see it from the other person's perspective. So it's hard for us to take accountability, because it's like, no, I feel like I was justified in saying or doing whatever I did. But we forget sometimes that when we say or do these things, they land on other people. And so now what you're saying is that you don't care about how that thing lands on that other person. And that is not the way that God designed us. We are to be social. We are to be in fellowship with each other. We are here to have a connection. It is a reason why God made people, right? He created humans because we are to be with each other. So that is social well-being. Now, the fifth one, number 5, is spiritual well-being. Not saying I'm trying to get y'all to be religious. This has nothing to do with religion. This is whatever your higher power is. So, spiritual wellness encompasses all aspects of well-being pertaining to the search for purpose and meaning in life, whatever that means to you. This may include the belief in a higher power, but spiritual wellness does not have to be aligned with a religion. Okay? Spiritual wellness does not have to be aligned with a religion, right? So when you think spiritual wellness, you look at a lot of different religions or a lot of different lifestyles or spiritual backgrounds of people, where people are always searching for their purpose. What is your purpose in life? If you believe in a higher power, then you could pray on it, or whatever your practice is for reaching out to that higher being. Spiritual wellness is learning what your purpose in life is. One thing I will say is I like Buddhism, right? I like parts of Buddhism. I like that there is a search for a higher purpose, that there is something that we are set on this earth to do. We just have to figure out what that thing is. And this is the thing. It may take you 40 years to figure out what your purpose is. I always look at it as God, if you believe in God, that we have been given grace, right? That there are a lot of things in this world that should have taken us out. A lot of us shouldn't even be here. I shouldn't even be here sitting here talking to you guys on this podcast. I lived a very wild life in my 20s. We're just not going to talk about it, and some of my teens. But you think about all of the things that you have been through, whether you believe in a higher power or not. For those that do, I'm talking to y'all. You think about the things that you've been through. You think about the things that you've overcome. You think about the experiences and the lessons in life that you were taught, right? And it's like, I wish I would have got here sooner. But everything takes time and everything happens for a reason. So sometimes when you have a higher power that you believe in, or you're still searching for your purpose or your meaning in life, it may just take you a little longer to get there. Doesn't mean that you're not going to find it. It just means that you haven't learned all the lessons yet that you were supposed to learn before this thing is given to you. So I implore and I encourage anyone out there that's still struggling with trying to figure out what their meaning is in life, what their purpose is, why are y'all here? Praise God, Tay Boogie. Okay, now that's a testimony right there. Okay, you have a higher purpose, and sometimes we don't see that, right? We don't see what our higher purpose is, but it's also because it's not meant to be given to us yet. So whatever your spiritual thing is, right? Whether you're religious, whether you're spiritual, I like to say I'm not really religious. I feel like religion comes with a lot. It just be a lot. But I do believe in God and I do believe in Jesus, and that's it. And that is where I leave it. And so whatever that thing is, whatever you are aspiring to do, stay focused and keep doing it. Your purpose is out there and you will find it. You just have to be patient. You'll get that when you're supposed to get it. So that is spiritual wellness. Now let's talk about, this is probably going to be Big Exclusive's favorite, because you know he's a walking dictionary. Intellectual well-being. So what is intellectual well-being? Intellectual well-being pertains to brain health and growth via thought-provoking mental activities, right? So intellectual well-being, right? We all think we're smarter than a fifth grader. I know, Big Exclusive. I knew when I was reading it, when I was writing it up, I was like, this is for him. Intellectual well-being goes beyond being able to answer a couple questions on Jeopardy, but shout out to y'all if y'all could do that. Jeopardy be getting me sometimes. It's a little tricky. But how are you stimulating your mind? Are you doing crossword puzzles? How many books a month are you reading? How many books a week are you reading? Are you always trying to learn new words? I get an email every single day with a word of the day. Yeah, big money words. Don't he like them real expensive words? I get a word of a day. Word of the day every single day. I get an email. Where it doesn't matter what the word is, whether I know how to pronounce it or not. You can click on it. It tells you how to pronounce it. It gives you the meaning. It gives you the history. How are you stimulating your brain? Okay, that is what we want to make sure, is that we are always pouring into our brain. We're always feeding our brain, right? We say that all the time with kids, right? Their brain is a sponge. You got to be careful what you're telling them and teaching them because they soak it all up. We never stop learning. Never feel like you've gotten to the age where you're just so old where now you feel like you can't be taught anything else. Until you're 99 and a half and God decides to call you on home, you can always learn something. There is so much out there that you can learn. A different language, more about other cultures, more about the food, more about other religions, whatever it is. Stimulate your brain. Read before you go to bed, right? I remember when I was in school, when I was in grad school, part of my study regimen was to, if it was like an audio book or something, or like I would record my professor, I would listen to that at night. Of course, I would fall asleep, but I would listen to it at night so that I could learn it. You may think your brain is asleep. Your brain's not asleep. If your brain was asleep, you wouldn't be alive. I'm just gonna put that out there. Parts of your brain may go to sleep, but your brain doesn't just shut off and go night night. That is not. There is always something happening in your brain. Hence why we have dreams. Sometimes we have nightmares because your brain is always actively working. So I would listen to the lectures as I was going to sleep, and it really did. It's not sleep, right? Auntie, your brain doesn't go to sleep. It really does help with memory. Read something when you wake up. Challenge yourself every day. I will say one thing that I pride myself in as a parent is that I've been reading to my son for a very long time. He was in second grade reading chapter books. Okay. We started on flashcards very, 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 very early. I want to say he may have been 10 months. We already were doing flashcards. I've been reading to him since he was an infant. We did flashcards. We did memory cards. Test your memory. See how much you can remember. That is how you keep your brain sharp. That is how you build on your intellectual well-being. Number 7, environmental well-being. I mean, this one's pretty obvious, but let's get into it. So environmental well-being basically relates to the environment, and in turn, how the environment can impact human health. Environmental wellness includes eco-friendly consideration, recycling, people, recycling, okay? That's why they charging us for bags. But I like to say one of the black folks, our bags wasn't ending up in the ocean. Because y'all know we don't throw away no bags now. You know, we got a cabinet under the sink, okay? We got every bag we've ever been given. Actively participating in recycling. Again, hey, Creamy. What else? Proper disposal of electronics and medicine. Y'all got to learn to start throwing y'all batteries away the correct way. But again, black people don't throw our batteries away. But what we do, we gonna put them in the freezer. Because we gonna reuse them batteries until we can't reuse them batteries anymore. Making sure you're properly disposing of medicine, energy, fuel, and water conservation, and the use of sustainable products. So making sure that the environment's going to give us what we give to it. And if we are filling the environment up with things that are no good for it, we're not recycling, we're not disposing of our trash properly, we're just throwing it out on the street, where do you think this stuff ends up? It goes into the sewers, it clogs the sewers, and then when your block is flooded, because it can't get down the sewer, because it's all this trash, yeah, that's just what happens. So environmental well-being, pouring back into the environment what the environment is going to ultimately dish back out to us. And the last one, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. Financial well-being. So financial wellness pertains to finances, including knowledge and skills of financial planning, and managing expenses. So budgeting, right? Working on your credits, okay? Not overdrafting your account. Check and balance, okay? Learning to not live paycheck to paycheck. I am currently doing the 100 envelope challenge. I said I was going to do that this year. I started at the beginning of the year doing the 100 envelope challenge. I always say that when I get paid, right? Yeah, let's pay bills, because why not? But I'm going to pay myself, because it's something about working 40 hours a week, being stressed out at work, or having a good time at work, whichever way, paying bills and not having anything left over for me. And so what I do is each paycheck, I make sure that I pay myself first, whatever it is. It can be any amount. Learning to pay off pay down your credit cards, staying under the 30% utilization. These are all things. When our money ain't right, we be stressed out. Okay, don't we? When our money ain't right, we be stressed. We be, how I'ma pay, and I need to do. So, since we talked about financial wellness, let's have a word from our sponsors. I mean, do I need to say anything else? Capital Craft Solutions. I told y'all, this is the year 2024 where we're going to get our finances correct. We are going to get them LLCs. We're going to make sure they are done properly. Because you let TT and Boo Boo and them do the LLCs. You ain't never got no EIN number. Your stuff ain't registered. We want to get websites. We want to make sure we are branding our stuff. We want to make sure that we are sticking to our credit card utilization and we're not overspending. Okay. If you are struggling with financial stuff or you just need more information, like you're on a right path, but you right there, you right at your goal, and you just need something to push you over, I do implore you guys to reach out to Capital Craft Solutions. They do have a Facebook page. It is a group where you will have to answer a few questions about some of your financial goals, and they are always dropping gems. Big Exclusive is always dropping gems on the Big Exclusive podcast on Tuesday. He ain't gonna give us too much free game now, okay? But he will give some gems that we really need to take heed to. I think one of the biggest things in the Black and Brown community is that we are not taught financial literacy. We are not taught about credit cards, right? We all get out here, we get our first credit card, which is dumb, or we go to school, we get student loans. I blame the government for that, because why would you give an 18-year-old all that damn money? I don't got no job. How did you think you was going to get paid back? Just stupid stuff, right? But let's take the accountability on our part, right? And so we can do better. There is no shame of whatever your credit score is, as long as you have a goal of where you want to be. Because again, when it comes to financial wellness, we don't need to be stressing about our finances when there is a solution that can help us get where we need to get. Remember, guys, the goal of 2024 is to break generational curses and to have generational wealth. We no longer want to live paycheck to paycheck. It's so much free money out there, especially for minorities. They basically out there just handing it out. So why not figure out how you can get the money? How you can fund your business on somebody else's dime. So if that sounds interesting to you, you're tired of being stressed out, you want to have positive financial wellness, make sure you check out Capital Craft Solutions on Facebook and get started. Because again, baby, 2024 is going to be different for us. Baby, we taking trips. Okay, we booking trips. Okay, we can afford these trips. We booking trips. We're no longer living paycheck to paycheck. We're going to get that credit score together. We're going to get that LLC together. We're going to get that business credit. We're going to figure out who's giving out the most money. That's all I'm saying. Now, that is the first part of Melanated Vibrations. I hope you guys are still with me. If you just joined the stream, please make sure you share, tag your folks in. Y'all know how I like to do towards the end of the show. I want to do not too much. So, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the whole Sony and Michael Jackson thing. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So Sony Music purchases half of Michael Jackson's publishing and recorded masters in a deal valued over $1.2 billion. Just let that sizzle in your spirit. Sony. So I don't know if y'all know the history of Sony and Michael Jackson, but if you do, here it is. If you don't, here it is in short, right? Michael Jackson never wanted his stuff with Sony. He left Sony, right? There's a theory out there that he left Sony. He took all of his masters, all his publishing rights, and he left. And there's a theory that Sony is actually responsible for Michael Jackson's death, that they are the ones that hired that doctor. That's what they say. I wasn't there. I don't know. But it's amazing how Michael Jackson has verbally, when he was alive, verbally said stuff about Sony Records and how he didn't want his masters and publishing rights with them. And then somehow, all these years after his death, after y'all thought we forgot about it, how you guys go and buy his masters and publishing rights. Not too much, Sony. Not too much, because y'all know he wasn't messing with y'all. Y'all know he's turning over in his grave. I guess for me, my biggest question is, who's running his estate? That's what I need to know. Who's running his estate that would allow Sony to come and buy his stuff? I thought he did too, Tay Boogie. But clearly, whoever has his estate just willy-nilly just allowed Sony, his enemy, his arch nemesis, to take his masters, half, whatever, and his publishing rights. I guess I'm a little confused. I thought maybe his kids had his estate. Between his kids, I know there was a battle I read that his mom was battling with Sony, but unfortunately she lost that battle. I just don't like it. Like, can we just let the man rest in peace? People can say whatever they want to say about Michael Jackson. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't say the man did A, B, or C. But what I can say is that they waited until he died to then try to strip him so that they could still continue to make money. Michael Jackson is a legend. I don't care what you say. It's just like R. Kelly, right? I don't listen to his music, but R. Kelly as the artist is amazing. He's a musical genius. He writes amazing music. He makes good music to dance to. Don't like Robert Kelly, but R. Kelly as the artist. We like R. Kelly as the artist, right? So it's the same thing with Michael Jackson, where he worked his entire career, right? He worked his butt off. He was a perfectionist. If you've ever looked at any of his documentaries, he worked hard to be who he is. And even in his death, people are still blasting Michael Jackson. A few weeks ago, my son was like, Mom, can you put on Michael Jackson Beat It? We literally sat and watched every Michael Jackson video I could ever find on YouTube for hours and hours and hours. And I was so happy, and it warmed my heart that my kid of this generation knew who Michael Jackson was and then started walking around the house singing his song. So I just want to say to Sony, not too much. Now, here is the last part of my show. I like that for you. I'm going to end the show with a video. I want to thank you guys for joining Melanated Vibrations each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Don't forget to make sure you guys come back tomorrow. You're going to find me in the comments on the Big Exclusive podcast with Big Exclusive, Angry OG, and Top Flight. Okay, straight dust is what I'm telling you. Okay, because we ain't forget about that either. All right, March 9th. Okay, I am hosting a 1-year anniversary celebration for Melanated Vibrations. It is going to be a live show. General admission tickets are $30. Nobody wants general admission tickets. VIP. VIP. Okay? Go on and drop that 50. Go on and bring a friend with you. Go on and get some amazing food, some drinks, a swag bag. And we are going to talk all things mental health with some clinical professionals. We're going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. It is going to be a Q&A, but it's going to be a live show. Of course, we're going to throw some trauma in there because we're all certified in trauma. But it really is going to be a moment of transparency where we are going to just talk very frank and very candid about mental health and how we can break the stigma. I'm super excited about the 1-year anniversary celebration. So make sure you guys go and copy your tickets. If you don't know how to buy your tickets, you can DM me on IG at melanated_vibrations or on my Facebook page. You can hit up Big Exclusive or you can hit up our president, Tiffany Ann. I'm super excited. Okay, so you're going to watch the show tomorrow, and then y'all going to go buy y'all tickets. And then you're going to jump on over there to Thursday, right? To my brother's show, the Ant Money Experience. It comes on 7 p.m. on Thursdays, okay? Again, if it bleeds, it leads, okay? Lounge talk and all of those amazing things. And then after y'all do that, right? Because y'all going to pay for the VIP tickets. Then y'all going to go head over to YouTube. And you guys are going to hit the join button and you are going to then become a member of the Big Exclusive Network's YouTube channel. Do you understand? $5 a month is all we are asking for, okay? $5 a month where you can get exclusive content, and it will be where my girl's show, Tiffany Ann, Sex Parent, is premiered, okay? I don't want y'all to be like, did the show come on? Did it come on yet? I missed it. You only gonna miss it if you don't go on YouTube and hit the join button and subscribe and pay your $5 on a monthly basis. Go and get into it. We asking for $55. Y'all balling. Y'all got it. Okay? I want to thank you guys for joining us on Melanated Vibrations. I'll see you guys in the comments tomorrow. I'll be expecting them DMs about how to purchase y'all tickets. And then I'm gonna see y'all on Thursday in the comments and the Ant Money Experience. And then I'm still gonna be looking for y'all DMs about them tickets. And then we're gonna be looking for them subscriptions on YouTube. But let's end the show with I like that for you. My I like that for you is if anybody watched the Grammys, I'm not a Grammy girl. I don't watch any of the awards. But let me tell you, my guy, Jay-Z, yeah, he said what needed to be said. So let's go on and choose violence on Black History Month. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the comments at the Big Exclusive Podcast. Bye.
I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work. You know, some of you gonna go home tonight and feel like you've been robbed. Some of you may get robbed. Some of you don't belong in the category. Oh, no, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.